morning, everyone. What's happening? Isaiah, what's going on in southbound? Alaska Trucker. What's going on, Alaska Trucker? Pigtail, yo. Arroway Logistics, what's happening? Yeah, so we're taking over for Snorelord, right? Tuesdays and Thursdays. Spot market money. 123LoadBoard. Thunder Funding. Two great companies to do business with. And of course, you know, everybody knows our platforms that we use to run the company. AXISTMS, Trucking Office, those folks. If you want to use any of those programs, of course, the links are in the bottom. And we might do a banner across the bottom too during this. Depends on how long this goes. Usually we're going to try to keep this to 15 minutes to maybe a half hour. What's up, Tom? Jose, what's happening? Shop fees, what's going on? Let's see what else we got in here. All right, so let's go right to it. We are going to bring this up and hopefully it hits the right screen, and there it is. Luckily we got that right. So here we are with the availability map. And now this is all trailer types right here. It's all. What's up, Craig James? Getting ready to run Richmond, Virginia. Have a good time over there in Virginia. Whew, 95's it's a killer. So if you just want van, you just click van, hit apply. And of course you want to stay in the greens and yellows, preferably, but you can also always get loads out of the red, but they just might not be that great. So we do have some softness in van, right? Because Michigan is usually green, but it's yellow. Alabama, Mississippi, and Arkansas, these usually are green also, but they are yellow. This is nonsense, exactly, Snorelord. It's nonsense. Now, let's take a look at flatbed to see how the industrial part of America is working. And we will see that they are a little bit better in the south, bad in the more in the middle of the country. At least they're green up through here, right? So that's pretty good for freight. But I like to use the load planner. So, you know, we will use the load planner. Indulge me that much. What's up, Rob, Canadian Freight Broker? Don't have time to bring you on today because, you know, I don't want to be on here for hours. So, oh, Zoom meeting circle of death still. Well, hopefully, see, Tom, Snorelord is helping you out with the circle of death. Interstate authorities are crazy. The hoops you have to jump in through to get interstate authorities. That's why there's a lot of carriers out there that do things illegally, right? They don't have interstate authority, but they run interstate because a lot of the brokers don't know that you need that authority, and they tell you, oh, no, you don't need it, you just haul it. It's always on the driver. Convoy. Now, we're not going to talk a lot about Convoy right now. We'll wait and see what really happens with Convoy. Because, you know, we have people that watch this show and they're obsessed, right? They're obsessed with things. So we will wait and see. But if you look at Convoy's platform, I'll use the famous word co-brokering. They did a lot of co-brokering on that platform. Maybe that's why, you know, when you do that, you shove the rates down. A lot of low rates. You know, how's the company ran? There's a lot of speculation on that. You know, if you look through all of the financials, there's a lot of speculation on what's going on there. So, we'll wait. What's up, Glenn? What's happening? Yes, we're doing okay. We're doing well. We will take a look. And this is a reefer that we have on here. What's up, Stuart? We will try van first. Let's see what van is doing. So let's look on van. Let's say you want to work today through next Thursday a week. And we'll just pick somewhere. Let's look at Springfield. Springfield, Missouri. Let's say we're in Springfield and we want to go to Springfield. We just want to run around and get back home. 1 week type of deal. And maximum loads per trip 4. We could put 5. Let's find them. And what this is going to do is it's going to look through its whole load board and all the possible routes that you could do, and it's going to spit out some freight. And then as long as that freight's still available, it'll allow you to go from leg to leg to leg and kind of see what's out there. That way you can go to different parts of the country. It's a good tool. You can use it. Go to different parts of the country, see where the most money is to be made, and things like that, right? So we will do that in a minute. If it gets to over 5 million possible routes, we could have a problem with timeout, but we will see. And I have phone calls coming in. So it's hard, man. It's hard to do these videos during the day, especially. But that phone call coming in, I can always call back, so I'm not worried about that. So we're over 5 million possible routes. We might have to lower our days. Unfortunately, cannot locate any results, right? So search details. Let's go in here and let's drop this down to 50-mile radius, and we will have to make that phone call here in a few minutes. Okay, so we dropped it down. You see there's a lot less possible routes because you drop down the radius. So if we look at profit per day, we could just go off of that and take the biggest profit per day as we wanted. And if we've done that, we hit add, but of course the load is gone. And you know, we're gonna hit that a lot, especially in today's day and age. So we'll keep hitting them until there's a load left, right? So there's a load, there's one load there. These are not very good loads out of there because we got our radius way down, so we're not going to get the best loads. So let's go back here and change this a little bit. If we go to the planner and we delete these out, remove now, we could remove those off of there. Search details, you know, let's go back out here. Load range, let's say we only want to do 650 miles or less, and then we can research it that way. So there's a lot of different ways you could do it. We will see what happens in this scenario. I got voicemails going all over the place. Anthony Bressler, what's going on, man? How's your family doing, buddy? Hope you guys are doing well. And that's to everybody out there. Hope everybody's doing well with their families and getting through this hard time in trucking. There's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of fraud happening, right? And some of the biggest fraud happening is on the other side of the fence. And why is that? That's because it's the easiest to get into. Don't need hardly any money to open that up, and you're off to the races. You know what I'm saying? So Snorlord put up a link to the empty announcement upcoming, and I'm gonna make a call to 123LoadBoard and see if you know, if these loads are already gone, if they can pull those down a lot faster. Then, because you know, if I just click on them, it shows gone, and then of course it's going to redo this processing request, and you know, we'll have to pick a different load. But we will see. If this isn't going to work in this environment, then we will just look at the load board itself. See, this 1089 Springfield to Benton, Texas, that's probably already gone. So I hit it, see, it's already gone. That load's not going to stay. So I already know this. So if I pick this, you know, lower paying load, then I know, you know, that's going to work. So we're going to get off here and let's just look around. Jackson, Missouri, here we go. Let's just click a search that we already had in there. And let's filter it by rate per mile so we can see the highest rate per mile, the shortest mile loads. And we can see that 373 a mile, Kentucky to Tennessee, 338, 338. So the short stuff is still not bad, right? St. Elmo to Indianola, Mississippi, 313. What's up, Eddie? What's going on, buddy? We're doing good. We're just hanging out, doing some 123 load board stuff. A little bit of thunder funding up there. And of course, you know, we can put down here, you know, if you need a driver file program, TMFS has one of the best programs out there. And there you go. There's your code if you want to use that. And then of course, AXISTMS. You can get a good discount for owner-operator fleets on the discounts below. So Worldwide Express is on here. Let's take a look and see what they got. 302 mile, 1350. Same load, right? Look at this. It's the same load. $50, or you know, they got it posted here for $50 less than that one. Same company. Why is that? You know, if you see that, and then they put it in wrong, right? They go, well, it could be the same thing. It's got 42,149 pounds, 38,665 over here. I'd be questioning them. You don't know what's going on because it's probably not two different loads. But if you look at it, they're kind of right in the ballpark. When you look at the rate check, cargo chief, green screens, you know, they're in that ballpark. You can take the profit calculator down and you look at market rates, and you can see what those are to see where they're at. And you can look at their credit rating score and so forth. So we'll go down here, keep looking. King of Freight has a bunch of these right here, which it's the same load. There's multiple postings, right? So that they can just take up more of the board. We've seen that a lot with other companies that post also, where it's only one load, but they'll post it multiple times. Effingham to West Palm Beach, 261 a mile, 2,900, AMX Logistics Incorporated. Now, if you look at their 261 a mile, that is lower than the rate check, and it's surely lower than the green screens, where most of the rate cons are falling. The cargo chief, right? It's lower. So you want to negotiate that up, of course. And you go all the way down to West Palm Beach, 261. No. And if people don't take it, guess what? They're going to have to raise the rates. But what's going to happen in this environment is the people that have their business down solid and they know exactly where their numbers are and they keep the truck rolling. They get through it, and then they'll be on the other end to reap the benefits of the higher rate per mile when it hits, because there will be a lot more loads and less truck capacity, and then the rates have to go up because they're all fighting to get their load moved. So, and this is also going to flush out all the bad brokers, right? It's going to flush out a lot of them, especially the ones that aren't financially stable. Same thing with trucking. It's going to flush out the trucks that don't have that. Which digital broker will be next, I wonder? Well, there's a few. I wonder. And then, of course, you have the other place out there that's connecting direct shippers to carriers, right? That platform is trying to spin up and take hold in this environment. Let's watch that platform and see how they do. Because if those platforms come about, you know, some brokers could go away. There you go. Let's take a look at some other places. All right, so let's go down to, let's look at Bedford, PA. Let's see what's going on around Bedford, PA. 964 a mile, 814 a mile. Here's a good load. York to Bethlehem, 830. Better have interstate authority if you're going to run PA to PA. A lot of guys will do it, right? They'll do it. Not legal, but they'll do it. And here's the thing. That I was getting back to, Tom, if you're still watching, the Snorlord is patiently waiting for this Zoom to start so we can get that interstate authority for that state. They require you to watch these videos, which is really stupid. It is really stupid. You got to watch these videos to get interstate authority. Can you believe that, folks? But anyway, everything else is checked, right? Insurance is in place. All the fees have been paid. And what a lot of people don't understand is if you try to get interstate authority in these states, then you have to apply to their Secretary of States and become a foreign corporation there, which costs money, right? So they charge you for that. And once you jump through all those hoops, then you can file for the interstate authority and then pay that fee also, and then jump through all their hoops to get there. So we have one more hoop to jump through. Snorlord's trying to jump through it, but they are not cooperating on their own system. Their little class that you got to take and watch for 3 hours, they haven't started. So that's the last hoop. So if it doesn't happen today, we'll have to reschedule another one. And they won't turn it on until you get that last step done. So that's where we're at. We're on it there. I was just running it illegally. Well, good luck, James West. If you get caught, I wouldn't want to be you. Just put it to you that way. Because the fines could be more than what you make in trucking. Just depends. And they could also just seize your trailer and say, well, you got to have somebody else come, unload that trailer, reload it into their trailer, and deliver the freight. Just like with alcohol permits and things. If you don't have the alcohol permit in Ohio, because I talked to an Ohio DOT officer once when I was pulled over, and I saw unload a beer, and I had the beer permit and everything, and he says, and I asked him, what do you do if you don't have the permit? And he says, well, you just sit here, and you'd have to pay another company to come in, and you have to pay a bunch of tow trucks to come in and forklifts to offload it, put it on their trailer, in a big mess plus fines. So is it really worth it? No. Just pay the money and get the authority. But see, a lot of people think that if you have interstate authority, you can run anywhere. You can run anywhere. You can't. Right? You can run anywhere in the country with interstate authority, but you can't pick up and deliver in the same state in some states. Some states don't have that rule. Other states do. You got to find out what states do, and then you do that. We had to turn our doors kind of to the shop. One place I called was charging $155 an hour. I could do Freightliner for not much more. Yes, everybody has their hands in their pocket, Eddie, and fixing things is they really have their hands in your pocket, right? That's the bad part. I was going to take one of our vehicles up to a shop to get repaired, and it was $250 an hour. And I found another shop that was $50 an hour. So go to the $50 an hour shop, not $250. Same mechanic, credentials and everything else, right? MHC shops are $249 an hour in some places. Yes. What's up, Jerome? All right. So I have to make this phone call back. It's been 20 minutes on here. We could do 10 more minutes, but let's take a little bit look down here. We'll throw our 123 banner up there again in just a few seconds here. There we go. they whacked 11 drops off our multi-stop down to 6. Wow. And guess what? Put them all into the AXISTMS system. All of them. Randy. Now we have to delete them. And there you go. Send the new rate con in, right? Send it in. And, you know, of course, we get her done. But that's the fun of it, right? Put all those stops in. Then they're in the system. You don't have to worry about it for next time. Hopefully they didn't whack your pay down that much on that. With Convoy shutting down, what's in the near future for the economy? Well, Convoy really has nothing to do with the economy, Jerome. Their little business didn't do much. If you looked at their setup, there was a lot of Convoy loads that were not Convoy loads. You had a lot of different brokers using their platform, because when you got the rate con, it would say, make sure you bill Convoy and not this other company, right? And Snorlord, you know, you've seen those rate cons. That's what they did. So if a C.H. Robinson went down, somebody like that, I'd be more, then you'd have something to worry about, right? You might have some more worry if one of the top dogs went down. Convoy, if you look at them and their setup and what they did, and they still might not be down. We don't really know what, no one really knows. Everybody's speculating, right? Everybody's speculating on what was said in a couple paragraphs. So until you actually know, we don't know. Then we got a lot of things in the kind. That's why, you know, when you watch all these YouTube channels, you watch all these people, and they preach doom and gloom and all this other stuff, and they all say, well, this is where the economy, you know, this is what's going to happen in trucking in a week or a month down the road, or this is what's happening with freight. No one knows. You can't predict this. No one knows. You can have an idea in what you think, but you really can't predict it because there's so many variables that can happen, right? So if a war breaks out, that's going to change things. A change of political office changes things, and so forth. So the best thing to do is know what your business needs, run your business the way you need to run it, and then, because you can control that, right? You can control your business. You can't control everybody else's business. So streamline your business and know what you need and run accordingly. Now, as you see with 123, they automatically update, not like some other load boards that charge a tremendous amount of money. And to get their automatic update feature, you know, you got to pay full price type of thing, and then half the time it doesn't update. So there you go. All right, thanks for watching. I think Convoy was focusing on the wrong things. The platform was, that was why they got banned from DAT postings. Well, everybody's trying to have their own board, right? A lot of them are trying to have their own board, Tom. And, you know, the big dog on the block is trying to keep their existence, right? And they charge a lot of money, and they charge a lot of money to brokers too, where 123 doesn't charge that, right? So I don't know why more brokers don't use 123LoadBoard. And a lot of reason why is they use the dial-a-truck back in the day is because it's been around forever, and a lot of people don't like change, right? They just get stuck in their same old rut, and they just, you know, don't even look around. They got blinders on. So, but in this business, in this day and age with all the technology, they better take the blinders off or they're going to get left behind. That's just my opinion. All right, for what it's worth, there you go. Thanks for watching. We will be back on Tuesday. We might do something on the weekend, just a chat thing, whatever, talk about whatever you want. But Tuesday we'll be back. spot market money, and Snorlord will have it on tomorrow, and you all better watch him anyway. So we'll see you later. Franco gets the last word. There you go.